Welcome, everyone. We are at a new episode of Explorers Tales. I'm Fernanda. This is Martin. And we're having a special episode because we are talking about diving, Galapagos, and love.
Okay, first of all, let me introduce you to our very special guests. He's Maxwell and Cailin. They just got here in Quito from the Galapagos Islands after living one of the best diving weeks of their lives. I can imagine. They got engaged underwater in Darwin Island. So congratulations, guys. We're very happy for you. And welcome again to the podcast. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thanks for having us,
having
and thanks for all of your help in organizing all of this.
You're welcome, but let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
Okay, so Cailin, can you tell us when and how did you guys meet?
Oh my gosh, that's a long story. But long story short, we actually met in Mexico. So we're from the same town. It's a very small town. There's not many people that live there, and there's only about 2 high schools. But we didn't actually meet each other in our small town. He was about 6 years ahead of me, and yeah, we just didn't really cross paths or anything until way later on. And it wasn't until Mexico that we actually met for the first time. But the funny thing is, he had spent some time working with my father, who was also a diver in Haida Gwaii in British Columbia. So they had known each other already. So it was a very easy in for Maxwell here. He already knew the family. So,
But he never told me that he had a daughter, of course. So I didn't find out until about 6 years after working with him that yeah.
That's destiny. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so Maxwell, when did you start to think this is the girl I want for the rest of my life? Like, she's the one.
I mean, it was pretty much our first date. I knew that she was the right one for me. I have high standards. They have to be a good diver. They have to love traveling. And Cailin kind of ticked all those boxes. And because she grew up in the same area that I grew up, it meant our families are very close to each other. So when it comes to like Christmas time and things like that, it makes it very easy.
It all made sense.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
everything fell into place. Yeah.
That's so nice.
And, well, how did you decide that Galapagos is the spot where you are going to propose?
So I knew that I had to do it in a very extravagant way, a very amazing destination. It had to be an epic proposal. I knew that she would really appreciate that, and it would be something really fun to do. I had all of these ideas, and then they started coming into mind like a year and a half ago. So we actually tried to do this engagement last year, but we just the timing wasn't right, and we didn't have all kind of the pieces in place. So by doing it this following year, we had a bit more time to plan and make it a little bit more extravagant and amazing.
Gave him extra time to figure everything out.
Yeah. And how did you make it? How everything happened?
So for this, I mean, I would have been able to do something on my own, but it wouldn't have been very extravagant. Having the whole team at Galaxy really was the key. I mean, you guys in the office were so excited about this. You were helping me pick out the music and the treasure chest and
I didn't know it.
all the little decorations to go along with the celebration. And so you guys really made it special. And then we had our dive guides that were also, very keen to help us hide the chest underwater and make this work. And then just the whole crew and all of the guests on board, everyone was involved. Almost everyone knew on the boat except Cailin. And I just can't believe we managed to keep it a secret. I had text messages coming up on my phone from my friends, from some of the crew here, and I was like trying to hide it all the time. So we managed to do the surprise, and she never knew it was coming, and it worked out really well.
Completely surprised.
We're glad because we really wanted to be a surprise, and it's good because we were very excited to work with you in this and be part of this moment, and it was very special actually. So people know what was going on underwater. Can you explain a little bit how was the plan, what happened underwater?
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing with diving is it's kind of like rolling the dice. You never know what the ocean is going to give you. It could be one day where there's whale sharks everywhere or hammerheads, or it could be crazy currents, high winds, rain. So I wasn't really sure because we picked a day, and it was the first day that we were diving at Darwin's Pillars, and in the water, a lot of things can go wrong, and actually many things ended up going wrong. The currents were just absolutely ferocious. The team with the guys and my team, they went out to hide the treasure chest, and when they did that, it was just raging currents. And so they tell me afterwards that they hid the chest, and I was a bit worried that maybe the current is going to take the chest and it's going to tumble down the cliff. And
I think it was like the only one spot where the current like very raging.
Yeah.
So we were kind of scared that the chest, when we're going with you guys, the chest was gone or something.
It added to the drama of the scene, and it really, brought things to life. And, amidst all the drama and the current and the craziness of the scene, everything kind of slowed down, and it felt like time stood still in that moment. It was so special.
It was amazing that when we went down with the crew to lift the chest down, we had this big, gorgeous turtle right next to the chest. And she waited there for the ceremony to happen, and she witnessed it, as we all did. And that was like so special and like a signal.
Yeah.
It wasn't from the universe.
It was crazy. Like they told me that they put the chest down and a turtle was right next to it. I'm like, there's no way this turtle is going to stay in that same spot. It's wild, but it's going to move around and eat or go up to breathe. But of course, as soon as we get down, this is about an hour and a bit after hiding the chest. Yeah, the turtle's still there. Amazing. I mean, going down, I kind of forgot where the location was. So I was a little bit panicking.
Yeah.
Because we get in the water and the current is just absolutely smashing. I've got my big camera. I see the entire team with their bubbles are just going sideways and going in these turbulent waters.
He kept asking me, he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Every 5 to 10 seconds. And he never does that. So I'm like, "I'm okay. Are you okay?"
And I think it was me self-reflecting. I wasn't really okay, but I was just making sure she was good.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, should we do this? Like, maybe this isn't the right dive for it. But we had the entire team, all of the guests on board were all in on it. So I felt like we had to pull through and make it happen. And we did, and it worked out really well.
It's magical.
Well, what were you thinking when this was happening? I mean, something like, "I'm going to propose. What am I doing?" or something like that.
I was scared, because it was like, it felt like 25 people underwater. So I had 25 divers like all around me, and I had to somehow get Cailin close to the chest to discover it.
Yeah,
and. We kind of found the general location. Our dive guide told us to kind of kneel down over there on the sand, and then out of the corner of my eye, I spotted the turtle, and the turtle was the big giveaway. Cailin saw it, and she went straight to the turtle and started looking at it, and then she saw the chest, and she was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I was like, open it.
Yeah. From my perspective, I get down there and I see kind of Paolo wave for us to go and kind of settle in this little sandy area. And I was like, "Guys, there's the biggest turtle I've ever seen by this rock. Like, come over here. Like, look at this." And so we kind of all crowd in and we're looking at this turtle. And then I kind of glance down and there's this huge chest. And I'm like, did someone leave their movie prop here? Like, is this from a different dive group? This doesn't make sense. Yeah. And I'm like, this couldn't be for us. And Maxwell's like, "You should open it." I'm like, "No, there's no way. There's no way I'm opening it." I was like, this has to belong to somebody. Like, it's not for us, right? He's like, no, you should open it. So I open it, and that's when I saw the photos of us, and that's when I realized what was happening. And immediately I start crying, and there's tears filling up my mask, and there's current whipping this way, and I'm looking at photos, and there's so much going on.
Oh no, like she's gonna have to go up to the surface to breathe properly, because she was just like breathing heavily. Her mask was flooding, and the current was still raging.
But it was so emotional and beautiful, and even though it was chaotic, we were so grounded in that moment. And I feel like we really just, it was such an emotional, amazing moment to be there.
Seeing it from way behind, where I was like holding to my rock, begging for my life.
Yeah,
It looked like everything was so chaotic, but this moment was
Yes.
just so peaceful.
Yeah, it was
looked
peaceful.
like really nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's a lot more other locations we could have picked to have done it, but I thought
Easier ones.
we chose the hardest site, but I thought it'd be special, and I don't think anyone else in the world has proposed there, so it might be the first that's ever happened.
An epic one.
It's pretty exciting, and it's a special dive site, and it's both of our one of our favorite dive sites in the world. So,
and if we can get through that, we can get through anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And did you had a clue or something like he looks suspicious?
Absolutely no idea. The only thing that was weird about the situation was going into the dive, everyone was very quiet on the boat. No one was talking to each other. Usually we're pretty loud and, chatty group and we're excited about the dive, but everyone was very quiet and they were kind of looking off in the distance. And I'm like, we must just be tired, right? It's the end of the day. And Maxwell was really quiet. Wasn't until he rolled into the water, he kept giving me those okay signals. And I was like, what's going on with him? Something's going on. But yeah, no inkling whatsoever. Like he gave me no clues. I had no idea. And in my head, I was like, there's no possible way he would propose here. Because
when we were
there's no way.
unpacking in our room, when we first got to the liveaboard, I was putting up my bag that had the ring in it, and the ring in the box fell out.
Oh no!
And I was like, grab my hat, put my head over top of it before she could see, and I hit it.
Yeah, he was very discreet.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
It's very stressful.
Yeah, we had an ongoing joke with each other that, we wouldn't take this step until 3 years probation is up. And we're only 2.5 years in. So it's completely out of my mind. Yeah.
Nice. It's surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now that the moment has already passed, but of course you are very excited still.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now? What are your plans for tomorrow in your life?
Well, we just spent a week diving in the best place in the world. We got to see everything we hoped for. The proposal was very stressful for me. And so once we got that done, I could focus on filming and focus on the wildlife a bit more. So that was kind of nice to get that over with. And then the rest of the days we just, we dove as much as possible and filmed everything we could.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to go back home, relax for a couple days, and then head back to work.
Process. We haven't fully processed everything. We've been with people and, it's been kind of one thing after the other, which is so much fun. But now we can kind of go home and relax and take it all in and be in the moment and stare at my ring for a few hours. Woo! Check it out.
Okay.
Oh.
She's kind of like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. my precious. I
never had one of these, so
holding it on the bed, looking at it.
Yeah, he did so good. You guys did so amazing. I still can't believe it. I'm in shock.
But the surprises didn't end with the chest down. What happened next?
True.
You go back to the Galaxy Diver. What happened next?
So the team decorated our room for us. They put balloons everywhere. They put an amazing display of things on our bed, pictures that they got printed off from our travels sort of throughout the world.
Yeah.
We had a nice, beautiful blue rose, and then we had an invitation for a special event on the solarium of the liveaboard. And so Cailin had to cry in the shower for about an hour because she was so happy.
I was just standing there crying, tears of happiness, of course.
Yeah. But then we got ready, and the whole crew was in on this other big surprise, and they led us up to the sun deck, and we had this amazing dinner for two with this amazing music playing, and just an incredible dinner that was really truly special.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think this is a good recommendation for any couple that wants to celebrate a special occasion, or anyone trying to ask the bigger question?
Absolutely.
I mean, someone out there that's trying to impress their girlfriend, this is the way to do it. This is how you can seal the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many amazing places in the Galapagos that the liveaboard takes you. So, you don't have to do it at Darwin's Pillars where it's, crazy current. You can do it at a different dive site that's a little bit easier, but it's just such a, special place. And the crew is just so accommodating to make this all happen. And
absolutely.
It's really, making dreams a reality.
even just being on the boat, you're surrounded by all this nature and this wildlife and this history, really. This is where evolution took place. So, I mean, to be out there on the boat and experiencing these sunsets, it's just such a beautiful atmosphere for love to happen.
Yeah, such a great idea. And I mean, you left like the bar really high for those who want to propose now, but it's an excellent idea for divers. I mean, this is the first time I've seen one. So I think many of you guys too. And
Same.
just congratulations. This was amazing.
Thank you.
I had the chance to see it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And it was like just gorgeous. I was like
Thank
speechless after
you.
and during the ceremony. It was perfect.
You and I both. Something maybe worth mentioning too was after the engagement happened underwater, I completely forgot how to dive at this point. I needed Maxwell to lead me around the reef. But we saw these beautiful green turtles come out of nowhere, and they were kind of guiding us back up to our safety stop. They were swimming right beside us the whole entire time. And
It's strange because it's a dive site that's known for many, many sharks.
yeah,
But the entire dive, we didn't see a single shark. It was just all turtles.
which we found out turtles actually symbolize longevity, and just happiness. And yeah, it's really special.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's good. So, well, thank you guys. We're very happy to be here, that you could have this special moment in Galapagos, and you're taking Galapagos in your heart. And of course, your heart is in Galapagos right now.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you for being part of our podcast. And thank you for watching.
Thank you
Keep
so much.
posted for the next episodes, and thank you for watching.
Underwater wedding next, maybe?
We'll see.
Right? And our way.
She's planning this one, though.